Welcome everybody, Red Arrow 23 here. Time for your War Factory preview for the 20th of July. Let's boom this beach! So let's have a look and see what Colonel Gearheart has in store for us today. As you can see, we've got some iron, some wood, some stone, and some proto parts. A little bit of everything today. And this is what the base looks like. So we've got, what is that? So it's 2.9 on the shield plus the 570, so let's just call that 3.5 mil, just under. So we have a few different options we can do today, and the rocket launcher is covering the right side of the beach and doom cannon's covering the left. You could get some greens just on the tip here, and that way you could just farm some cells without worrying too much. For the lower levels. If you wanted to, you could universal remote this rocket launcher, and then that frees up most of the right side until you get up to the shock launcher range. And even then, you could UR, if you're going to UR the rocket launcher, you could also UR the shock launcher. Plenty of damage with these hot pots and cannons around. And then you could just throw Zookas at the right side and clear that whole area. That would actually work out real nice. Or Rooker, as long as you shock the flamethrower and then critter shock the hot pots later on. Remembering that you can shock all four, any items that are 4 in a row, you can shock all of those if you hit the crack perfectly. And then you could just come in from the top. I've sort of been looking at it for a little while. You could quite easily go do sort of that approach for the right side shields. You could go up to the left and sort of park between the machine gun and flamethrower and rocket launcher. Shock these 3 and these 4 together, because these machine guns should be out of range, and then just clear out that whole area including the shields, and then hopefully retreat back down to these factory supplies and get home, get back on the boats. So that would sort of be like 1 hit, 2 hit, and then core rush. It's a little bit tight on the left side with the flamethrowers there, but you could do it. Or if you you had already taken out this and this, so you could sort of come in from the right side between the factory supplies and this machine gun group. So there'd be 1 shock. You can outrange all of this stuff. So it would just be like 1 shock from over there and some critters. Watch out for that mortar. But I think what we're going to do is universal remote this rocket launcher, spend 1 attack just trying to clear out basically probably these 4 defenses, with 1 shock and critters from around about here is where we'll park. And then once we've done that, we'll make our way back to our boats and hopefully come up into sort of this area with critters on the doom cannon, shock on this group and shock on this group, and maybe 1 shock here if we need it, and then we're just going to clear out the area and then free snipe from around about 8 o'clock, staying out of range of this rocket launcher and everything else. So I think that's the best approach for us today, but there are a few options. I mean, we could do pretty much anything. I don't suggest warriors today because there were shields. You could even get away with teammate, I think, today. There are these cannons here, but you could get away with using critters and shocks to get past them. And then you can just carry up on that right side, clear out all of these, the shock launcher, and then clear out all of these on the way down. Alright, so let's get into it. So what do we say the first attack was going to be? Clear out this rocket launcher with UR. Is there anything else we can UR at the same time? We probably get rid of this mortar that's going to outrange us a few times, so we could probably just get rid of that early, and that's not going to hurt our GBE too much. 1 art for these shock mines, and maybe a barrage here just to get rid of those 3, and then we'll do a 2 smoke landing because of the shock blast and the doom cannon range. Do a 2 smoke landing to this factory supply, flare in between these 2, not worry too much about the spread, and then we'll probably do a critter in here or on the shock blaster, noting that the machine gun's going to rip them up pretty quick. and that's going to pop the hot pots, and we're going to shock blaster, doom cannon, and 2 hot pots together. It should work out fine. Make that critter on this doom cannon, and we might try and flare the shock blaster. No, tell you what, we'll shock these 4 and critter on this doom cannon, which will distract these 2. If we have enough for 2 shocks, we might just 2 shock. And hopefully we can clear at least these 4 defenses. I think that's a better plan. Alright, let's do that, but we've got to swap out our hero first. Make sure we've got a universal remote for a universal remote attack. How many times have you gone in with the wrong hero? So frustrating. Alright, here we go. Let's start it up. So let's just go drop under smoke, and the universal remote selected her first, so it selected that rocket launcher first, so that's cool. And then we're just gonna re-smoke, universal remote, and flare the mortar. And now we'll just clear out these mines while we're waiting. Re-smoke if we need to, but nah, we're going to be alright. Here we go, and the mortar goes down. How much GBE we got? So we got 75 GBE. That's okay. So let's go here and here. Drop our boats. Didn't quite nail that 2 smoke landing. Probably needed a double smoke with the spread that we're about to experience. Ooh, I think we got a bit lucky. And we didn't shock everything. So let's go for another shock. Not going to have enough for a second shock, so I think we're going to have to be pretty quick on the flare out. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Because we don't really want to lose too many Zookas. Can we get an art? There we go. So it didn't go too bad. We cleared out a decent amount. That mortar's not there anymore. We lost 15 Zookas, so we can just diamond them up. We're going to switch to brick now, because we want to, once we get to that area, we just want to be smoking out everything as quickly as possible. Let's get those diamonds going. Let's have a quick scout before we go. So you can see that we got the rocket launcher on the right hand side, the mortar by the core, 1 hot pot, 1 doom cannon, and 1 shock blaster. So next attack we're going to park. So look at the ranges. I think we might just need to go in there and do 3 shocks. We'll use critter on the doom cannon. We'll park sort of just to the left of the shock blaster. Do we have enough for 2 critters? 3 shocks? We'll use the same approach. I was thinking about coming in from the left side, but there's no point in clearing those mines if we can just come in from the right, and the beach won't be hot, so we won't have to use any smokes on the beach, which would be a bonus. So if we park just under the shock blaster, and we use a critter just to the right of this doom cannon so that it protects us from the doom cannon but also pops the hot pot, then that way we can just do 1, 2 shocks initially. If we can get that shock blaster and that machine gun, then we'll pretty much just be able to clear out from there. If we can get away with 2 shocks, we can probably do 2 shocks repeated. This doom cannon should go down while we've still got critters active, otherwise we can throw another critters. Alright, that sounds reasonable. Let's just check there's nothing else in range that I haven't thought about. And once we get over to sniper towers, we can start using critters for them. Because there is still about 3.3 on the core, so we do need to get rid of a few of those sniper towers. But the main concern is all of those splash defenses at the moment. So let's have a look. I might just tag the Doom cannon. Nah, that doesn't make sense. I wanted to take it down pretty quickly, but the shock blaster and hot pot are quite damaged already. Let's do our last 2 smokes at the same time. Gonna wait for brick to settle, and now we can activate brick battle orders, lining up our critter. Shock. So he shocked way too early. Gonna wait for that hot pot. Boom. Shock the other machine guns. Don't want our Zookas to get too caught up over there. We'll save the shock for the machine gun. Hopefully that throwing pillar goes down. And the machine gun's going to go down too, so we don't need another shock. But we can use it if we need to on the right side. And we're just going to let him crawl out. Might use battle orders again. Oh, where are you, brick? That battle orders was terrible. I think we're just going to reposition over here. Get out of range of these sniper towers now. Looks like at least one sniper tower is in range. What are you doing, brick? Really tempted to knock you out right now. Oh well, we'll just let her go. We'll just let her go. Pretty disappointed that she didn't want to be part of the team, but that's okay. I could see that she was still active because the button for battle orders was active, but didn't realize she was way down there. I couldn't see her on the field, and I thought it was a bit weird, but there you go. So it looks like this one's going to go down. That sniper's not firing anymore, which is great. So it's pretty simple, 2 attacks. We lost a few Zookas on this attack, obviously, but it worked out pretty well. And medkits on the core, like Angry Family does. And boom! Down goes War Factory. So 2 attacks, didn't lose too many Zookas, and got it done. So that'll do it for this video. That's how we took it down today. Let us know in the comment section down below how you're going to take it out, or how you have taken it out already. And give us a thumbs up if you like the video, thumbs down if you didn't, and subscribe for more Boom Beach.